Great. Well, good morning to everybody here today. We're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome to INFINii. And just remember that there are no guarantees of any income. You know, this kind of like the disclosure in most network marketing companies. Full yearly disclosures of what the average net income is per representative. The data doesn't exist yet. INFINii is barely starting into pre-launch, but you could see an average participation of in terms of reps can earn between 500 to 2,000 per year. Of course, we'll have the actual data as we move forward. Now, let's go ahead and get started and talk about what's happening. And really, it's a revolution, not just that INFINii is causing this massive splash into the industry, but as a whole, technology is really causing a revolution. When I first got started in network marketing, I was aware of network marketing, but I was kind of like enemy number one of network marketing. I wasn't interested in it at all. But what wound up happening is a little product in the telecommunications industry, which was VoIP or digital phone service, really changed that for me. It was such a powerful product, and it was technology driven, and it was driven by the internet. And that's my point. The internet has completely changed the way we do business, the way we communicate, the way we interact. It's just really changed our even our buying behaviors. And so as we go along here, I just want to put that into perspective that digital technology and the internet has allowed us to right now be connected, not just by audio, but by video. And you're able to see this presentation. We're basically doing all of this through the internet, where we can collapse time frames and really talk to a whole lot of people around the world all at the same time without ever leaving our homes. So that's powerful, folks. Let's take a look at a couple other things that the internet has brought together in a very, very quick and dynamic way. If you look at the media creators of the Industrial Revolution, we were used to getting all of our information via a newspaper, a radio, or a television. And one of the things that really stands out to me is about 9 years ago, my mother-in-law and I were just sitting down having coffee next to each other, and she was on an iPad, and she was looking at world news. And I happened to we were both drinking coffee, but I had a newspaper. And in a few, maybe 10 years, 20 years from now, people aren't even going to know what a newspaper was. But I had a newspaper, and I was reading local news, and my mother-in-law, who was in her 70s, was reading world news on an iPad. And so that kind of tells you where technology, and she was an early adopter of technology in our household for sure. But now you look at things like Twitter, you look at things like YouTube and Facebook, which are bringing us together every single day quicker than ever before. I mean, something happens, for example, the things that happen in Paris, a boxing match, a champ wins the title, instantly, you see it on YouTube, you see it on Facebook, and that's just, how communication is changing. But it's also affecting other industries. And here's a very, very good example with Uber, and what's happened with Uber taking over, or really just, revolutionizing what the taxi industry is like. Now, with taxis, there were significant problems. It was very expensive, right? You have to buy the car. You have to lease a car from somebody else that owns it. You have to pass all these different things. It was inefficient and monopolistic. So with the way that things are working right now, through a smartphone app, you could become not only an Uber driver, but take advantage of Uber drivers that are just making a little bit of extra income. But what's significant about how this app works is that this was founded in 2009, folks, and already Uber is valuated at $50 billion. That's less than what? That's less than 10 years. I mean, that's amazing. $50 billion, according to the Wall Street Journal. So it really is evolving. Now we look at the hotel industry, 55 years, which is a global hotel brand, the Hilton family, right? Hilton Hotels and Resorts, founded in 1957, has a market valuation of $19 billion. Now keep in mind that $19 billion, that's also the real estate, the buildings themselves, all of those physical structures that they own, and their market valuation is $19 billion. Well, now, if you look over on the right side, we're looking at this company called Airbnb, which basically connects people that want to rent out their homes or their apartments or their condos to people that are traveling and getting them some incredible deals. And so that was founded in 2008, once again, less than 10 years. And what it took the Hilton family to build in 55 years on a global scale, Airbnb has surpassed them and is now valued at 25.5 billion. Now keep in mind, this is a website. This is a website, folks. Now, it's probably a very dynamic, very complex website that does all of these things. But at the end of the day, this is a website with no physical assets, and you're looking at a market valuation of 25.5 billion. Thanks again, once again, to the internet, folks. That's how powerful the internet is. It's changed the way we do business. So, I could have even said it better. When this line pops up, you're looking at, this mall. It's kind of decrepit. It's falling apart. And what's happening is that people aren't shopping at the malls as much as they used to. Now people are getting deals online. So a couple of things. You have massive overhead, right? Requires staffing. I drive by a whole bunch of places here in Orange County that are already, retail locations are going out of business. So you have to think of having a visible location, other costs, and it's really inconvenient when you compare it to the convenience of online shopping. So let's take a look at some numbers here, and I want you to really pay attention of this $11 trillion of the e-commerce sales just in 2014. Obviously, these are all household names: Kmart, Google, Amazon, eBay, Overstock, Target, Lazada, Alibaba. All of these, they're all household names, portals where we can buy just about anything you can think of. But what's significant about $11 trillion, which is a huge piece of the pie, in terms of the massive amount of money, that 11 trillion, listen to this, only accounts for about 1.5 to 2% of the total retail market out there. So what I'm trying to say to you folks is, just like I got involved with telecommunications, VoIP, and I actually really, I was immersed in that market for 8 years and bringing digital service across the United States with 10,000 different points of distribution in the U.S. Well, guess what? Back then they were saying everything is going to go to digital in terms of phone service. Well, right now, what I'm telling you is this, that we are about to hit massive critical growth. And if we're only tapping into 1.5 to 2% of the total retail that exists globally, then you're in the right place at exactly the right time. So INFINii, industry-leading platforms allow anyone to turn e-commerce into profit quickly and effectively. And the reason why is because we play in the right sandbox. If you look at the fast facts over here, we got Amazon, Facebook, Alphabet, and eBay. These companies control 70% of the market share, about $1.5 trillion. And so what winds up happening here is INFINii works hand in hand, shoulder to shoulder, belly to belly with these companies each and every single day. This is not something that's a startup. Okay, this is what I really want you to understand. This is why my wife and I are so excited about this opportunity, is because we watched this grow right before our eyes over the last 2 years, and we were like, nah, man, well, I'm going to think about it. Maybe so, maybe. And we had people that actually tried to get us involved, but because of when DS Domination hit 2 years ago, it was an affiliate program, and my wife and I have been in the home-based business arena now professionally for over 10 years, and we simply just didn't want to do an affiliate program. We like network marketing. We build depth, and we have organizations internationally, both internationally and domestically, and so we wanted to make sure that we had an opportunity that would allow us to really leverage the size and magnitude of the organization that we had. So an affiliate program was just not going to do it. And then there was the other side of it, which was actually doing all of the e-commerce sales. And we missed that, guys. We totally missed it. Absolutely, we missed it. What DSD has done is proven a system that works effectively. $2 billion in sales over the last 2 years. That's a record, folks. If you don't know about our industry, in the home-based business arena, there was one company that hit $1 billion faster than any other company in the history of network marketing, and that company started with a big M, okay, and it was a juice company. And it took them 4 years to hit $1 billion. DS Domination hit $2 billion in sales in 2 years. That is a That is a phenomenal record. And on top of that, forget gross sales, but in commissions, as of September 2013, has paid over $380 million. That's insane. Show me a company that can show that kind of success. Look at all these happy people, and guess what? I missed it. And so when I heard about INFINii, I said, hey, I'm not going to miss it again. And that's why I'm so passionate about this, because what they brought to the table now has really revolutionized the way the DSD model worked. So we're still going to have all of the education. We're still going to learn how to do all this stuff on our own. But we have this springboard, and the springboard platform is going to allow the seasoned sellers and also the beginners to have an e-commerce management platform. In other words, e-commerce done for you. I mean, that's as simple as I can explain it, is e-commerce on autopilot, where you're taking advantage of the experience, the resources, the buying power, the logistics of INFINii. So let's break it down here. INFINii vendors, okay, very important, negotiates and brings in some of the best selling products at the lowest prices allowed by the suppliers. Now, over my career in business, there was a time where I used to have wholesale electronics. I used to source them and I used to buy them. And I remember talking to my wife one day and I said, look, the way we're going to beat the competition is we have to get the very best prices, wholesale, and even 50 cents to a dollar made a significant difference when you were buying in lots of 500 pieces at a time. So being able to find the right connections where you're cutting out all of the middlemen so you could get a true wholesale price, and then being able to negotiate the best price even from there, from the standpoint of purchasing power, that takes time and energy and money. So this is done for you, okay? But instead of being able to do it on a physical in a brick and mortar setting, this is being done for you online and being sourced from around the world. So you can purchase these products directly from Springboard without research, negotiation, or logistical management of importing items. So who wants to go through the through the learning curve of knowing how to import all this stuff right when you get started? At first, to get that excitement going, we want INFINii to do it for us. So as we grow our e-commerce business and gain that knowledge and gain that experience and gain those results, but we're making money within that first 90-day window, that really is so key in terms of getting results to the average person, to make sure that they're excited, make sure that they're making profits, and then become an online presence through all of the rest of the education that INFINii is going to provide. So two options: you could sell the items yourself, or you could choose a managed service option, which is what INFINii is all about, and have them do all the sourcing, all the research, all the logistics, the packaging, the bundling, put them on Amazon, sell them for you, sell them on your behalf, or you could do it yourself. Now, I'd say 9 out of 10 people are going to want to start off using the INFINii Springboard because it just makes sense to have this on autopilot for you. So this is really perfectly suited for international partners. And when I heard that this was international, folks, I didn't have to take, it took me about 1 second to make up my mind, because this really allows us to leverage not only a great opportunity like this, but we're talking about time and space. And like I said before, the internet has really made the world a very small place. And so now we're all interconnected. And we have organizations in Asia, we have organizations in Europe, and we have organizations here domestically in South America. And so it just connects everybody. It's, last night somebody saw my post. I put it on my Facebook page. From Portugal, I signed somebody up that I have a relationship with, hadn't reached out, but saw my post. He says, hey, don't forget me, get me in. This sounds fantastic. So that's going to happen to you. That's going to happen to all of us. But if we had only a domestic opportunity, we'd miss out on the rest of the world. And that's what I love about INFINii. So a couple of examples here. This is designed to jumpstart your business. We're looking at a Spider-Man floor puzzle. We're going to buy low, sell high. That's basically what this is. They've negotiated. They know which products are going to have the biggest margins. They know which products are going to sell the quickest, and we can participate and have that trust of a company that's already proven. They say documentation is better than conversation. Well, they already did $2 billion in sales. I'm not going to come in and question what products are going to sell because they've already done that research. They already know which ones are going to fly off the, well, not the shelves, right? Because we're not doing retail in a brick and mortar setting, but they understand which are going to be the products. And you know, I was on the phone with Kevin Okahana and Hitesh, and you know, we started asking them a lot of questions when we first came on board, and they said, well, look, all of the research that we do, we track it. Every sale, we track it. Every customer, we track it. Every sale that happens, we track it. So they have a tracking system that allows them to make decisions on which products move, which don't, and which ones move seasonally. See, that's the key. That's important. You got to know that there's a time and place for everything. And so right now during the Christmas season, guess what? That one's not hard to figure out, right? We want to do toys. And so, but as the year moves along and the seasons shift, you need to know which ones are the products that are going to fly off the shelves. I keep saying that are going to fly off the springboard. So we have a desk lamp here in this example. You decide you want to buy 10 of them. Great. Total cost $80. Retail price $22.90, and here's the unit cost $8. The Amazon fee is $8.59. The management fee $35. So your potential profit on that particular item is $5.96. If you buy 10 of those units, you stand to make profit, an assumed retail price of $22.90, then a profit of $59.60. So nice little pop right there. The next one is these Champion men's sweatpants, 500 units available. If you choose to buy 25 of those, your total cost there is $100. So your unit cost is $4. The fees per unit is going to be about $7.42. So you have a nice retail profit there of $4.58 on 25 units. That's $114.50. The next example is you have this teething rattle. If you pick up 20 of those, the margins here are really high. $18.99, your cost $3, Amazon fees $5, so totally out of pocket. You're looking at about $8.35, and so you have a nice margin of profit there, $10.64 over 20 units. You're looking at a profit of $212.80. Guys, I know people right now that were contacting my wife and I 2 years ago that are making $1 million a year, just not gross sales. I'm talking about money in their pocket, doing online e-commerce business. And so I'm kind of kicking myself that I didn't get started. Now, I made a lot of money in the industry, folks. I think my best month in the industry is just shy of $500,000. But there's people that are making $1 million a month doing e-commerce online sales. I mean, it's staggering. I just couldn't believe it. And so when this came along, I said, I'm not going to miss out on this one. So let's take a look at another example. So kind of bring this home and so you can understand how this all works. So let's say somebody's shopping online, like in this example, Rachel, she's looking for a cookware set on eBay, and she decides that $114.85 is a good price. Well, while she is looking at that, earlier in the day, you have somebody like Steven who's sourcing that product and putting it up on eBay or Amazon or whatever, and he spent $68.60 on that item because he got a phenomenal price and put himself in that supply chain, if you will, of the vendor to customer, and then really the middleman, which in this case would have been Steven, because he sourced the product using and leveraging the purchasing power of INFINii. And so now he stands to make a $46.25 profit without ever having to package the product, without ever having to ship the product, without ever having to touch or physically see the product. He now stands to make $46.25. So what we're doing here, folks, is we're selling retail, but instead of having a storefront, and instead of having to have be an expert in procuring the products, and having employees and having overhead and having all those different things and the logistics of bringing in these products, INFINii is doing everything for you. So it's as simple as that. We're buying low, selling high in a retail platform that is completely online without ever having to physically have the products ourselves. I just think it's brilliant. So how do you get started? Well, there's different membership levels, and each membership level comes with different things attached to it. So the Prime membership of $49.95 is going to allow you to learn how to sell on Google, eBay, and Amazon. Now, it's a starting point. As we move up in memberships, it's going to unlock more features, more training to really take your business to another level. So this is your starter pack. The Prime is $49.95. It gives you access to up to 15 Springboard products at a time. So within that 30-day period, you're able to sell 15 different products online through the Springboard mechanism. Now, you're not limited to just 15. If you wanted to sell more, there's a $2 fee, if you will, from INFINii per product that you could pay if you find products that you want to participate in that look like the good potential. Then you could pay that management fee, if you will, of $2 per every other new product that you sell, and then the respective fees accordingly. So you can make money when your friends shop locally and online. Use your phone to turn goods into profits. Access millions of discounted products in the marketplace. This is huge, folks, because in that marketplace, there's going to be physical products, there's going to be digital products, but they're going to be at a discounted rate, which means that you could turn that, grab and source those, and sell them for a profit. And I'm telling you, when you're talking about retail, the most important thing is finding the source, knowing where to buy, and being able to get the best prices. So you're going to be able to do this worldwide, and that's, once again, not just the opportunity to do the business is global, but the people that want to do the e-commerce side of the business, that opportunity is global as well. So you can offer digital products and services for selling in INFINii marketplace. So a little difference where it says access millions of discounted products in the marketplace, those are physical products. But we're also going to have another platform for digital products and services that are intangible. So basically the difference there is that the marketplace is tangible products, physical products, and then the other platform is going to be digital and service-oriented products, which are intangible. And that is going to give you an exposure to 300 million different buyers. That's huge. I'll tell you why. I'll give you a quick example. That when they told me that, I was like all in. And the reason why is because I do own my own product lines that are digital. Okay, and I'm not trying to do a commercial or anything like that. Please, that's not the intent here. But I have a software that teaches people how to trade the markets. Okay, that's my product. So when I saw this and I said, boy, I could expose my product to 300 million people. Oh my God, that's huge. And each and every one of us can do that if you have digital products. I mean, that's just amazing. Anyway, I get kind of excited about this, folks, so I apologize. We have the Surge membership. That's $149.95, so a buck 50. Now you have access to 30 Springboard products that come with that membership. You get to pick which ones. Now, remember, if you want additional products, you can. You pay the management fee of $2 per product, and you could expand that. But now you're really going to put your business on true autopilot, 5 different platforms to sell. If you notice on the first one, we put 3 platforms, which was Google, eBay, and Amazon. Well, here you're going to get 2 additional platforms to sell, including your own e-store, including the marketplace for physical products, including the platform for digital products. And on top of that, you can generate cash back on every sale to maximize your profits. You're going to access to 10 times more product sources, which I can't tell you or emphasize enough that being able to go directly to the source is the single most important thing when purchasing wholesale to then turn around and sell retail. You want to cut out as many middlemen in the process as you can. So you're going to get all the benefits of Prime included in the 150 here. So it kind of just builds on top of it. So here, that's 150, and then the top package of entry is the Excel membership, which is $399.95. This is where you're going to be able to unlock massive profits and source products, not only domestically, but now we're getting ready to play in a bigger sandbox. We're going to be going around the world. So you're going to have access up to 60 Springboard products to sell at a time within that month. And if you need more, again, you pay that $2 management fee, and you can expand that to as many products as you want. Earn up to 400% higher profits per sale. That's huge. In other words, when you sign up at the Excel, and all of these are great. The 50 is great. The 150 is great. When I was talking to Hitesh and to Kevin, they told me, hey, anybody that comes in at 50 within 3 months is going to go to 150. Everybody that comes in at 150 within 3 months is going to upgrade to 400 because you're going to have more things that available to you, more value in terms of being able to get products into the marketplace. So they are super confident. So, I just tell everybody, do whatever is economically feasible for you. But what I like about the Excel is that the products that are being sold are the ones that yield the highest return in terms of profit. And so that's something to consider. You're going to get step-by-step support as you create your multinational product line. So now we're kind of exploding globally with the Excel membership. And you're going to learn how to exploit the Amazon's fulfillment by Amazon, which means that Amazon will stock your products, ship your products, and you collect the checks. So you get all the benefits of Prime and Surge that are included in that membership. So right here is kind of this slide. It's kind of like a crossroads because you have two distinct opportunities here. And the beauty is that you can participate in both. So whichever one you want to lean towards is fine. It's perfect. We want people to do the e-commerce business because, for example, let's say I go out and I refer this to somebody and they're doing just the e-commerce business, I could still override that volume that person is doing through their e-commerce sales. So lots of exciting things here, folks. So if you want to start with Prime, it's $50, Surge 150, Excel is 400. And you also have the ability to tap into the INFINii rewards plan. And I really think it says here we have the boldest rewards plan available. I really do believe that. Like I said before, been in the industry for many years, professionally in the industry over 10 years, made 7 figures multiple times, and I guarantee you, you'd be hard pressed. I'm not saying they're not out there. There's a lot of good companies out there, lots of good compensation plans, but I've never seen a comp plan with some of the components that this one has, and what's even more significant, that some of the pieces that I've seen before, I've never seen them all together in one compensation plan. So this is huge, guys. So let's start going and looking at this. We have 6 different bonuses. You have your fast start, your beginner bonus, your dual team bonus, an INFINii bonus, 6 global bonus pools, and then you have rank advancements that total about $10 million in the 5 elevation bonuses. So these are literally life-changing bonuses. Now, 70% of the money that comes in, folks, is paid out. Period. 70% of the money comes in, pays out. Okay, so it creates a tremendous opportunity for both leaders and those new to network marketing. Now let's talk a little bit about the dual team, which, if you're a networker, we call this a binary. And once again, if you're a networker, we call it a unilevel. Well, what's significant about this is that the binary and the unilevel combination cancels out the negatives that the binary has and the unilevel. So this is a hybrid plan. Now, I've never seen a unilevel that can pay you to infinity. Let me say that again in English. I've never seen a unilevel that can pay you to infinity. So you can earn it infinitely deep from your personal enrollment tree. This acts, I just can't even describe it. It's so powerful. I'm going to describe it as best as I can as we move along here. But if you don't get all of it today, don't worry. We're going to be doing compensation plan trainings specifically on each individual part of this. So don't worry if you don't get it all today. That's okay. We're going to be covering more of it later. Now, the binary, easy to understand. You normally get paid on your lesser leg volume. So let's take a look at this. Most binary plans restrict rank advancement either by requiring balanced growth or, to be less obvious, companies will require specific monthly earning thresholds based solely on the number of lesser leg binary cycles, thus still having the lesser leg dictate a distributor's rank and income earning ability. So kind of negative there. So what they've done is what I love to see in a comp plan, where you don't have to balance ranks. In other words, and when I change the slide, you're going to understand a little bit better. But let's say I wanted to get to the rank of diamond, right? Almost every company has like a diamond rank. Well, in order for me to be a diamond, number one, I have to do my own personal volume, but then I'm going to have an X amount of volume that I have to hit through my organization. But that's not it. On top of that, imagine that for me to be a diamond, I have to have 4 rubies below me. So it's not enough that I have the volume qualification. They want me to manage 4 different people to hit their own ranks through volume so that when they hit their rank, then I can get paid at the diamond level. Well, that's not cool, because in order for them to be a ruby, now they have to have 4 sapphires below them and manage those ranks. So it's not enough if your whole organization is doing the volume. They want each individual rank to hit those criteria in order for you to get paid. And so that's just very, very difficult. So what INFINii is saying, do the work, do the volume. You don't have to balance ranks. And as long as the volume is there, we're going to go ahead and pay you. Now, what the other thing they've done is that they've turned the unilevel, which is typically up to 5, 6, 7 levels, they've put a twist on it where you could pay to unlimited depth on your unilevel. So very, very powerful concept. So you can generate business volume, which is commissionable volume, by the subscriptions, the monthly memberships, Prime, Surge, and Excel. Look at this. Prime is $49.95, Surge is $149.95, and Excel is $399.95. But they're paying you $1 per point. This is very, very smart. So $50 come in, $50 get paid out in terms of commissionable volume. I'm not talking about that $50 came in, $50 came out. That makes no sense, right? Let me rephrase that. They're counting $1 per point in terms of commissionable volume based on the dollar amount that comes in, which is huge. Most companies are going to do between 70 and 80%. Now, you could also generate business volume through e-commerce retail sales. So as you're acquiring customers through the platform, that generates business volume as well. And also from the marketplace purchases, both from the physical products and from the digital products as well. So there's multiple ways for your organization to generate business volume. This kind of recaps it right here. The platform fees, the e-commerce retail sales, the physical product marketplace, the digital or intangible product marketplace, and then of course if you bring referrals or vendors to INFINii that have great products at low prices and want to bring those into the marketplace, well, guess what? You can get those referral fees as well. So let's kind of digest this, starting with the first bonus, which is the fast start bonus. Excuse me for just a second. Okay, the fast start bonus, very easy to understand, 15% of the value product package of your newly enrolled partner. So let's say you go out, somebody signs up for 50 bucks, you're going to make 15%. Let's say that's the first order. So when you sign somebody up and it's direct to you, you're going to get that fast start 15%. So if they sign up for 50 bucks, you're going to make $7.50. Not a whole lot, but guess what? You can do that all day long. I think in my first day, I signed up. Well, nobody's paid yet, right? So I have no idea what people are gonna, if they're gonna take the 50 or they're gonna do 150 or 400. But let me give you an idea. From Saturday to today, Saturday in a week, I think we brought on board about 40 or 45 directs. So 15% at 400, that's not too shabby. 15% at 150 is not too shabby, and definitely 15% off of 45 people at 50 bucks is not too shabby either. So this puts some quick money in your pocket, but it's not the end all or be all of the compensation. That just gets you started. This is where it starts getting really, really exciting, because I've never seen this before. Now, for those of you that are network marketers, you understand how pools work, global pools. But we understand global pools are usually set aside for the top leadership, for the brass, for the creme de la creme, for the people that go through the ranks really quickly, and now are participating in global pools off of. So they're basically overriding the entire customer base or volume base of the company. What I've never seen is a beginner bonus pool that can pay you up to $1,800. It's capped at $1,800, but look at this. Guaranteed earnings when you meet one simple requirement. So this pool was designed for the person that's barely getting into the business. It's designed to help them not only build their business, but have retention in their business, because as long as you're making a check, why would you ever leave? They say in the industry, nobody quits from making too much money. So all you have to do to qualify to get into the pool is simply maintain 2 active customers. Now, what does that mean? Well, off of the 70% of the money that's allocated to pay out commissions, the company's taking 6%, and this, guys, this is brilliant, 6% of the money, and they're putting it into a pool for these beginners that what they're doing is very simple. They go on, they sign up, they're active, and then they get one on the left, one on the right. And as long as you have 2 people, one on the left, one on the right, personally sponsored by you, that have at least 50 BV, then guess what? You're in the pool. That's as simple as it gets. And what you're going to do, folks, is you could get up to $1,800 max. Once you maximize that $1,800 in your pocket through this bonus pool, then you're done. You're out of it. It's a one-time deal. But what that does, it helps you start building your organization, because it gives somebody the novice, gives them an opportunity to do something that's not very difficult, and get them into place, and then have their people do something, once again, that's not that difficult. And it's based around what our average in the industry has been over the last 50 years, which is the average person can go out and tell 2 people. So it's not telling them to do something that is pie in the sky numbers. It's very simple, but it gets them into that pool. So they start engaging, they start seeing checks, they start seeing money come in, and gets them excited, gets their team excited, and that's just going to drive the growth. Now, another thing that they've done is that they've really maximized your potential with the binary. Most binary programs, and I've been doing binaries for the last 10 years, guys, so I know binaries very, very well, are going to cap out right around 12%. Well, this one will cap you out at 20% of lesser leg volume, so it gives you an opportunity with one position to be able to make $50,000 per week off of the binary. So the binary pays $200,000, folks. If you're making $200,000 a month, that's going to put you in the top 0.001% of moneymakers in America. I mean, you basically live on whatever zip code you want to live in. I mean, if you go down to the Dominican Republic with that kind of money, you live like a king, like a czar, like an emperor. It's just, unbelievable money. Now, with a binary, you're going to start off at 10% when you first get started. That's you. There's Sue and Mark. Those are your first 2 people. If you look at the chart over here, from builder to national manager, these are the manager ranks. Okay, so just the builder, and then you go to manager, then to regional manager, national manager. So these are basically the manager ranks are 10%. The director ranks are 15%, and then the ambassador ranks are 20%. So let's take a look at this. It's going to take the volume off of your lesser leg, and then you're going to multiply it times whatever percent you're in. So let's take a look at this example. You're a manager. National manager earns 10%. So let's say you're at 8,000 in BV, that's business volume on your weak leg, and on your strong leg, you're at 9,000 BV. So it's going to take the volume of your lesser leg, which is 8,000, multiply that out times 10%, you make $800. At senior director, your percentage goes higher. So once again, we look at the lesser leg volume, which is 28,000 on the left, 39,000 on the right. So the 28,000 is the lesser leg. Multiply 15% of that, 28,000. So now you're making 4,200. On the ambassador rank, now you're up to 20% of the lesser side volume. The volume there now is 19,600. You're making 20% of that. Of that 98,000 is your lesser leg, and then just shy of 1.5 million on your strong team. 98,000 is what's commissionable. 20% of that is 19,600. So that's how that works. So what's significant about that, if I could just go back a little bit, is that to get to these ranks, okay, to get through all of these ranks up to ambassador, it only takes 3 personally sponsored organizations structured within a binary. So it's huge, and I'll cover that a little bit more in just a sec. But let's talk a little bit about INFINii Pay. 5% to INFINii. Earn 5% on all BV generated within your PET. PET stands for Personal Enrolled Tree. So these are from your personal. So this is the unilevel pay, but it has unlimited depth. There's caps. There has to be caps, because otherwise, you can't pay 5% to INFINii without capping it. Otherwise, the company would go broke. But what's great about this is that it really leverages each organization that you build. So in this example, it's showing 4, but it's not capped at 4. You could build as wide as you want to go. This is a unilevel now, so stop thinking binary. Think, going wide. And I just shared with you, I think we put in about 40 people or 45 people in the last week or so. Imagine all of those starting an organization. All those 40 people are going to start an organization that's going to do volume, okay? And each one of those organizations, you could tap into 5% of the total BV of every individual partner to infinity with weekly caps. Okay, so in this example, it's giving you 4 personally sponsored partners, Sam, Sue, Mark, and Kim. But take a look. Sam's organization did 19,600. If you tap into 5% of that volume, that's an extra $980 a week off of just that organization. Sue's entire organization did 21,200 in BV, but 5% of that is another 1,060. Mark's entire organization did 20,950 times 5%. That's 1,047. And then Kim's entire organization did 12,000 BV times 5%. That's $600 per week. So if you look at this and multiply it out times 4 weeks in a month, at the executive director level, you're looking at $14,748 off of that unilevel volume. But the calculation of the volume went to INFINii. So it doesn't matter if it was the 4th level or the 100th level, it's looking at all of the volume in that organization. Now the max, the cap, there's a weekly cap and then there's a total cap. So of each individual organization, you can max out at $200,000 in INFINii Pay on each personally sponsored line of lineage. So each person that you bring on board has the potential to max out at $200,000 in terms of the INFINii Pay. Guys, that is huge. That is so huge. Imagine being able to max out just 2, get to 200,000 on 2 organizations. That's a lot of money, guys. It's a lot of money. But on top of that, we have the 5 elevation rank bonus, which are life-changing. When they say life-changing, they mean life-changing. You could earn up to $10 million in cumulative bonuses. So when you go to director, senior director, executive, and so on and so forth, all the way up to crown ambassador, you're going to find that these bonuses here are like nothing you've ever seen before. There's going to be a lot of information on the slide. So once again, if you don't get all of it, don't worry about it. We're going to be doing specific trainings. But one of the things that I thought was very intelligent of the company to do is check this out. From builder all the way to presidential director, 60% of the volume on one leg is taken. So that what that means is you could build an organization with one on the left, one on the right, and go through all of the ranks up to presidential director. Now, beyond that, to get to the 20%, this is where between ambassador and diamond ambassador, now you need 3 organizations. So if you sponsor 3 people, right, put 1 on the left, 2 on the right, okay? If you sponsor 3 people and they go to work, you could get to the rank of diamond ambassador with 3 personally sponsored people. To get, as long as they do the volume. Each individual that you sponsor doesn't have a volume commitment. They don't have a volume that they need to hit in order for you to get paid. As long as you have 3 personally sponsored people that stem an organization that gives you all of the volume requirements, then guess what? All you need is 3 to go through all the ranks, as long as the volume is there. So to get to Crown Ambassador and then to Global Ambassador, that's where you would need a 4th organization. So 2 on the left, 2 on the right will take you through the whole binary, will take you through the whole unilevel, will take you through the whole entire compensation plan with just 4 people. So if you do 2 on the left, 2 on the right, 1 on the left, 3 on the right, 3 on the left, 1 on the right, as long as you have 4 personally sponsored lineages, you go through all of the INFINii pay, you go through all of the rank advancements, you go through all of the yearly pay, and you go through all of the binary. It is unbelievable, folks. You do not have to balance ranks. All you have to do is do the volume. So let's take a look at some things that I think are very, very significant here. Folks, I get super excited when I'm talking about this because I've never seen a compensation plan that is so generous as the one we're seeing right now. And so I'll try to go as slow as possible, but if you don't get everything, this is all being recorded anyway. So if you need to come back and take a look at it, not a problem. Just shoot me an email. I'll send you the recording and you can kind of go over it. But here's what I like to point out to you. At 30,000, okay, let me just use the highlighter here instead of all the drawings. At 30,000, okay, you're going to hit director. Now, this side over here is also a requirement, but this could all be spillover, okay? But at 30,000, this has to come from your PET, your personally enrolled tree. So with your personals, you have to have an organization that's doing 30,000. So let's break that down. Let's say that you sign up and everybody in your organization, check this out. Let's say, whoops, what did I do? Okay, that didn't work. Hang on a second. Let's see if this works. Can everybody see this calculator that I just put on the screen? Can everybody see that? All right, well, let me show you this, okay? If you sign up and let's say that 30,000 in volume divided by 400, that's 75. So 75 people that come into your organization at $400 a month to do the e-commerce sell or to do the business, that's only 75 people. But watch this. Let's say everybody came in at 150. That's 200 people, okay? Now, 200 people, folks, I can show you how to get to 200 people in 3 weeks with this comp plan. 3 weeks, you're at 200 people and hit director. Now, let's say everybody, worst case scenario, in your organization came in at 50. Divided by 50, that's 600 people. Let me tell you how simple it is for somebody to come in here, start at 50. And if you look at this from this scenario, don't worry about what people are going to do. You don't care. But go get 5 people. Doesn't matter which ones they pick, because if all 5 only pick the $50 membership and you teach everybody to go get 5, it doesn't matter. They have to at least get the 50. So go recruit 5 people into this comp plan. And if they all came in at $50, that's 5. Your next level is 25. Once those 5 go get their 5 at $50, you could do that in a week. That 25 now goes out and gets their 5. Week 2, you're at 125. Week 3, folks, you're already there. 4 level deep. you're going to be at over 625 people. Even if your entire organization came in at 50 bucks, watch what happens. You're going to get a $10,000 bonus, but because you do it within the first 90 days, you get another $10,000. You see what I'm saying here? You could literally do this within 30 days and have not only the volume that you're going to generate in terms of commission off of the binary, but you're going to unlock the 5% INFINii unilevel bonus, and you're going to hit the 10,000, and you're going to get an additional $10,000 for hitting that rank within 90 days. So I don't know about you, but I could use an extra 20 grand. Absolutely, I can use another 20 grand. And with what we have here, and this being international, you're going to be able to hit this rank very, very easily. Right now, people are searching this opportunity out, and you need to start running, folks. Go get your 5 today. You can get your 5 people today, and by next week, you'll have 25. By next week, you'll have 125, and then by the next week, you'll have what you need in terms of volume to hit to director. So in 4 weeks total, guys, you can get to these numbers. So 5% INFINii bonus, as you can see, when you move through these ranks, the weekly cap increases. But I want to bring your attention over here for just a second. Once you get from director to the next level, which is senior director, there's $20,000 in bonus. At executive director, there's another $50,000 in bonus. And at presidential director, there's $150,000 in bonus. Now, all of these bonus are built upon each other, so they're accumulative. You don't lose one to get the other. They're just added upon. Now, once you get to presidential director, you have a 2-year guaranteed $25,000 bonus. Once you get to ambassador, there's $250,000 in bonuses and $40,000 over the next 5 years guaranteed to you. Once you get to diamond ambassador, $500,000 in bonus and $75,000 a year for the next 5 years. Crown ambassador, $1 million bonus and $100,000 yearly for the next 7 years. And at global ambassador, you get a bonus of $2.5 million and $250,000 for the next 10 years. Guys, this is a legacy company. This is the one you want to be a part of. This is one that's already proven that it's been able to do what it's saying it's going to do, because it's done it already. $2 billion in global sales through their platform, and now they're allowing us to participate in this incredible compensation structure and use the INFINii platform to put your e-commerce business on autopilot. The last bonus, if that wasn't enough, you can profit from the global pools that are typically for the leaders, right? Remember that 6%, they put all the money in the front in the first pool, 6%. For the little guy, but now for the big guys that hit director, 2% globally of global sales are going to be distributed amongst the directors, 1% the senior directors, so on and so forth, executive, presidential, and as you can see, all of these are cumulative as well. They build upon the other. Once you qualify for one, you don't lose it when you qualify for a higher rank. All of these are accumulated, so there's going to be some life-changing money on those ranks as well. So the first step, folks, to kickstart your success with the INFINii rewards plan is, number one, get started and then go tell a couple of people, right? That's the first thing. You want to start earning fast start bonus. 2, become beginner bonus qualified. So you want to have your membership active and 2 people active below you, one on the left, one on the right. And then the rewards plan, which is the third step, is to get to director. Earn director status within 90 days and pay yourself a $20,000 bonus just for going to work hard in this next. I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to hit it within 30 days, 45 days, 60 days, but don't wait till that 90th day. You want to hit it within those 90 days. So go after it and make it your goal to hit that director status within the next 30 to 45 days. Folks, it's been my pleasure to be here with you today. With the INFINii opportunity. As you can tell, very, very excited about the program, both on the e-commerce sales and the opportunity to network around the world. So if you saw an opportunity for yourself, get started, talk to the person that invited you to this webinar. Let them know if you want to be a prime, a surge, or an excel, and get yourself positioned. So I want to thank each and every one of you for being on this webinar presentation. Have an incredible weekend. Thank you, and God bless.